Are you sure you want to go into the Hall of Doom alone? It's super dangerous.
Remember how in all the DC cartoons, the guns that people use were like lasers?
Yeah.
This isn't a laser.
Jesus Christ, where'd you get a shotgun?
It shoots beanbags with their logo on it. Merchandising, baby.
How? Never mind. Good luck.
Lexi, I'm home.
Get him, boys.
I came to read comic books and kick ass. All my comic books were ruined by the swamp water.
Hey, brother.
Did you not hear or see that fight?
Nope, was just looking for that milk.
I've come to...
Record the podcast, save the universe, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Mike tweeted me.
All we needed to do to get you to come back to the side of good was to tweet you.
Oh, yeah. I thrive on that social validation.
Who's gonna clean up this huge mess?
Oh, Scarecrow's the janitor. That fucking nerd.
Nobody ever respects old Scarecrow. You know I have a PhD.
Shut up, you vape-based disgrace, and clean up the mess. We got a podcast to record.
One day they're gonna respect old Scarecrow. They'll see how spooky you really...
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the Supersons.
And this is the first time we're recording a normal episode in over a year. We've been through some stuff. It's been a time. It's been a real weird year. But we're here. We're going to record the episode. And that's it. I'm Dan.
And I'm Jake.
And we're the Supersons. And we're back. On today's episode, we are talking about Harley Quinn, a.k.a. Harleen Frances Quinzel, Ph.D. She was created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. And it's the best time to talk about her because she has... I'm just going to say it's her second movie coming out. Because The Suicide Squad was about Harley Quinn. I actually had to watch it last week for another show. It's not a horrible movie. I'm gonna go that far. What's horrible about it?
You can enjoy a trash movie.
Yeah, is Jared Leto fucking sucks, and there's no story. Other than that, pretty good. But back to Harley Quinn.
Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang.
So all the characters in it are great, but they're getting off track. So today we're talking about Harley Quinn. To give a little background on the character, if you don't know much about her, she's kind of one of the most popular female characters, period. Like, end of story. She's everywhere. You can't walk into a Hot Topic without seeing probably 9 to 10 Funko Pops, and her logo, her look, or her suit plastered onto.
Yeah, remember when people were this crazy about Deadpool?
Ugh.
Just letting you, just giving you a comparison.
Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of died down since those movies came out. Like, he's not as popular, but she was popular before she was even in movies, which is kind of crazy.
Well, he was popular before you got into movies.
Yeah, but he really wasn't in anything before that, but he was also huge in the 90s. I mean, she was too. They're kind of comparable, but Deadpool sucks, and Harley Quinn's actually an interesting character. Deadpool
I'm not going to go that far.
What?
Because I've read some Deadpool in the recent years, but the stuff with his daughter was pretty good.
Yeah, after that run, there's not much.
He reset his brain.
Yeah.
He killed a Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And that was something that only Matt Fraction could do right.
Yeah. After that run is just a mess. So let's give a little background. So with Harley, there's 2 stories, the current one and the original one. They both kind of blend together.
Yeah, there's one major difference between them.
Yeah.
The second origin being containing a vat of acid.
Yeah.
Joker style.
Oh no, there's a huge difference.
Oh, is there more?
Yeah. So Dr. Harleen Frances Quinzel was a psychologist at Arkham Asylum. She treated the Joker before quickly falling in love with him. She helped him break out and became Harley Quinn. That's like the bare bones TLDR of Harley Quinn. But in the New 52, she kind of got more added to the origin. She grew up in Brooklyn Can you guess who wrote this origin?
I don't know, Dan. Who could it be?
Jimmy and Amanda. Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor have pretty much taken the character from what she was and reinvented her almost entirely. They've moved her past all of the Joker stuff, but we'll get into that.
They took her, so her journey led her from the big areas that the Brooklyn, and led her all the way down to South Jersey. Got it.
Yep, and then back to Coney Island. So
she did have that arc, didn't she?
She's
still
grew up
there
in Brooklyn. I don't know if she's there currently. I haven't read any of Sam Humphrey's run yet. But so she grew up in Brooklyn with a big family. And from a young age, she was kind of disturbed. Like you see her setting an animal on fire. Her first love actually killed a bully for her because he asked who would she kill if she could kill one person. I was like, yikes. So after he got put into prison, she broke into his house, which was filled with taxidermy, where she stole a stuffed beaver and named him Bernie. Bernie is a stuffed beaver that is always with Harley Quinn. I figured we cover that because it's also in the movie and it's fucking hilarious. So when she actually got to Arkham this time, she decided to do sort of an experiment, quote unquote, and put herself into the asylum. Like she was an quote unquote inmate undercover trying to learn more about all these peoples, but Joker figured it out. They fell in love again. And then he brought her to the vat of chemicals where he was created. And it doesn't show her jumping in, but it looks like he pushed her. But we also find out in the show and some other places that she was the one who jumped. So she did it. But after that, it's issue 20. All right, I'll give you Secret Origins number 4 is where her new origin is. And Harley Quinn New 52 issue 25 is where she confronts Joker for the first time since they were quote unquote separated. And she kicks the shit out of him. She basically says, I'm my own person. Fuck you. All the stuff you did was bad. You're manipulative. And I've moved on to understand that there's way more important things than you, like family, friends, and doing right. Which is awesome because that's kind of how the character is now. That's why she sort of has the Deadpool feel now. She's not really a hero or a villain. She's in the middle, but
she's something else.
Yeah. So we chose this because, the Harley Quinn show just premiered and the movie's coming out. So we wanted to give people a chance to get in for a little bit more.
And those hashtags, guys. In those hashtags.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's called an SEO. Search engine optimization. That means people will be able to find us easier when we have something about a character that's in the know. But I also have, I've really gone hardcore into Harley Quinn over the past year. I just really enjoyed the one run I was talking about. Harleen came out, the show came out, and I realized, wow, the Joker kind of sucks. Harley Quinn's way more interesting. So.
Which is a huge departure from your original belief.
Yep. I grew up. It's like when people love Rorschach and then they grow up and they're like, oh, wait, he's a horrible Nazi man.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But then again, he's supposed to be a bad person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so is the Joker. But there's going to be so many Joker things coming out now. All right. So we are covering Harley Quinn Season 1, Episode 1, Till Death Do Us Part. It was directed by Juan Jose Meza Leon and written by Dean Lorey and Patrick Schumacher? Yeah, Schumacher. Dean Lorey was actually a producer on Arrested Development, which I texted Jake earlier.
Dan, we haven't talked in a year. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Whoop. The voice cast for this is out of this world. It's so good. All of DC's voice acting is powerhouses. It's something they really, really excel at is voice acting. So we've got Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory is Harley, and she's an executive producer on the show as well. I thought I'd mention that. Lake Bell is Poison Ivy. Alan Tudyk is the Joker and Calendar Man, and he's also Clayface later in the series. I wrote here that one day we should interview Alan Tudyk because he's been in multiple DC projects. So,
But then I'm just going to have to ask him to say a leaf on the wind. You know?
yeah, but then he would die.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Damn, we can't do that.
We can't kill Alan Tudyk. Diedrich fucking Bader.
Oh, yeah, the best.
The best Batman. Kevin Conroy's the best Batman, but other than him, I love Diedrich.
Maybe it's because Kevin Conroy's gotten to do it more, but I think Diedrich is my favorite.
I like Diedrich a lot more for things that have comedic moments.
He's got pretty good. He's got good timing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, this cast is a lot less voice actor.
Oh, and then you've got Jim the Dean Rash as the Riddler. You've got JB Smoove as Frank the Plant. JB Smoove is Larry David's roommate from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Jake doesn't watch, but
I tried to watch it. I was just like, this is for somebody.
JB Smoove is fucking hilarious. And he's just himself, like always. He was himself in Spider-Man. He's himself in this. He's just a funny, funny dude. And then Christopher Maloney, who is Commissioner Gordon. But most people know him from Law & Order SVU, where he was like the main character for years. And now he's, Commissioner Gordon. And this Commissioner Gordon is actually hilarious. So, with all of that, let's start talking about the story.
All right. Let's get into this. Dan. Let's get into this.
Waiting on you.
I know. I'm prepping myself. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? All right. The pilot episode opens with panning down from onto Gotham City to Gotham Bay, and it also shows that the Wayne Tower has bat ears, which is pretty badass, and looms over the city.
Ooh, looms. That's a good word.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why I said it. You just cut. Oh my god. It's been a long week. Trudging through swamps and whatnot. But, in Gotham Bay, there's a boat. A yacht. Where a group of asshole billionaires is celebrating their piles of money from fucking the poor. That is something that is said in the show.
It is a direct quote. Also, just a heads up, the show is super adult. It is R-rated. It's awesome. Just wanted to get that out there. We probably should have said it before, but there's a lot of the fuck word. And I mean, if you're listening to the show, you're used to the fuck word, so...
Yeah, even when we're not, we tried not to say the fuck word.
Yeah.
But Harley Quinn flips onto the deck, and she says, "Party's over, you pieces of shit." And then everyone laughs at her because she's the Joker's sidekick. And as she says that, as that things go on, they kind of laugh at her. She hits them with a mallet and breaks one of their legs. Fun
like the bone comes out and he's like screaming, and she's like, "Just be quiet, you'll go into shock eventually."
Yeah, that's a thing. There's a lot of bones in this. But so the Joker interrupts her big moment as he pulls off a fake, technically real face, but he's not. He's pretending to be like the captain.
I think he's trying to be a billionaire, but he's just wearing someone else's human face.
Yeah,
like
he's wearing someone's skin.
Yeah.
Like, God, What is he in the show? Was he a surgeon?
No, I think it didn't look like he cut it well. It looks like he just kind of took a pair of scissors and went at it.
True. But he reveals he was the one throwing the party to get them all there. Harley's upset that he outshined her. Big moment. And when he promised that he would let her cover it because she's the muscle. And that's, her thing, to scare the shit out of people. But even after Harley goes back to taking control of the situation, Joker erupts again, and he's like, he really doesn't give a shit.
What the fuck? So, Harley reveals that her big dream is to get into the Legion of Doom. Oh, shit. I did that.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't recommend it. I had to bunk with Gorilla Grodd for a while. Basically, I was living in a zoo exhibit. Great cuddler, though.
Wait, hold on.
Back to the story. So Joker says that they don't accept sidekicks because he's a dickhead. He really just brushes her off until Batman arrives to stop them. Joker dips out in his submarine and leaves Harley to hold off Batman. He says that if she goes into Arkham, that he's going to break her out before she spends one night in Gotham, in Arkham, and then he's like, oh, wait, shit. I've got plans tonight. I'll swing by and get you in the morning. Batman takes Harley to the roof of the GCPD to get the deets of where Joker could be. Commissioner Gordon starts giving his grizzled cop who's just burning the candle at both ends speech. Honestly, this may be my favorite Gordon because he's such a sad sack, and we learn later that he's going through a lot of shit and all he wants is a friend, but Batman just won't hang out with him, and it's just kind of pathetic. He just needs help. When Batman asks Harley why she's protecting a man who treats her like absolute garbage, she retorts with, says the guy who fucks bats. And throughout the series, she keeps insinuating that Batman fucks bats. But when she says it, Commissioner Gordon's like, he doesn't do that. So she tells this story about how
Batman is just not fazed by it.
Yeah, Batman just brushes it off. She tells a story about how the Joker proposed to her, and we see the scene with her in like a gazebo on a rooftop, and it's all pretty. And Joker says to her, "Till death do us part," and that he loves her. So basically, she's never giving him up. She assures them that before she sends a single night in Arkham, Joker's going to break her out.
Yeah, that was a thing. It's just. He's just like, what a good boy. What a good boy, So 6 months later, Harley's in Arkham, hoping that Joker visits, and everyone tells her it isn't going to happen. And this includes Poison Ivy, who's her best friend, and Harley says that maybe he's being held up fighting Batman, but that shouldn't take 6 months, as she points out after conferring with Calendar Man. Who knows how long she's been in there to the day.
Let's cover that at the other part, that Calendar Man at the end, because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah, best part. But so then it fast forwards another 3 months, and Ivy's still trying to help her break the delusion that Joker cares. But this is just as Harley's just beating the shit out of a bunch of guards. And Harley just makes every excuse in the world for Joker, and is just how he shows his love. And another 3 months happens, and she's just rotting in her cell. And then, as all the other villains are just tired of hearing it. And she wasn't in her cell. It was in the what? No, I don't know.
So she's in the prison cafeteria as the Riddler comes up and like tries to give her a riddle about broken records, but basically he's just telling her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Then she has a moment of clarity before being jailbroken by who she thinks is the Joker, but it's actually just Ivy, who's like, "Hey, let's go."
And she knocks her out because she thinks she's not going to come with her.
Yeah, she's just gonna stay in prison for Joker.
Yeah. Harley wakes up in Ivy's apartment and meets the best goddamn character ever created, Frank the Plant, who sort of ate the kid that has been watering the plants in Ivy's apartment. His parents. She's pretty pissed off about it, and she goes, what if his parents come looking for him? And he goes, I don't think they will. And he throws them up too. Ivy explains how Harley was actually the person who helped her in therapy because she only likes plants and she hates people. But Harley made it so she's able to be around people. She still hates them, but she can be around them and kind of function in society, which is kind of cool, and because they're best friends, quote unquote. Ivy shows a picture of them from when Harley was her doctor. And back then, well, I'm just going to call her Harleen, so because she pops up a few times. When she shows her the picture, Harleen starts telling Harley the symptoms of a patient that she's treating. And Harley goes, oh yeah, she has abusive codependency, and she needs to realize that she has to get away from this relationship if she's going to, oh wait, we're talking about me, aren't we? So Harley and Ivy go to Joker's hideout, where she tries to stand up for herself to break up with him. Joker, being the manipulative fuck that he is, turns it on her and acting like he planned to do this to keep her safe from the people trying to hurt him. He twisted in her mind, and they start making out, and she says, Ivy, you better leave now before it gets weird quick. So also, something that I noted is Joker, anytime he talks, he says shitty things about people that she cares about to kind of break her down. He calls Ivy an awful friend just to alienate her a little bit more and pull her back into his arms.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot. Like you be like, oh, they actually went all in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they not only did their research into that, but like. Oof.
Yeah, and that's why I really wanted to cover this, because it kind of gives you a bite-sized recap of everything that's gone on in the past. She's 25, 20, she's almost 30, right? She's almost 30 years old as a character.
Something like that.
Yeah, it gives you a good bite-sized thing on what's going on. Also, this first episode is on YouTube still, I think, and I know they showed it on TBS. So if you don't have DC Universe, it's actually
they showed
accessible.
it on TBS?
Yeah, TBS is owned by Warner.
They showed this on TBS.
I mean, it was probably heavily censored, but yeah, it was on TBS.
What?
Yeah. It was like an event to like get everybody to watch it.
Oh my god. TBS. Yeah. I guess if you can get away with showing American Dad. I always forget sometimes that they own American Dad. No.
Yeah, and it just got renewed for 2 more seasons. Like I love American Dad, but like who's still watching it?
Yeah. But meanwhile, back at GCPD, Gordon is flipping the bat signal on and off, just being sad until Batman arrives.
I think he says on and off, just like life. He says something really depressing about death, and you're like, Jim, Jesus Christ, go home.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Earth One Bullock.
Oh yeah, where he has a drinking problem.
Yeah, because he's just broken.
Yeah. Well, we find out later that Jim is going through a divorce, and like he has nobody to talk to, and she's taking the kids because he's alienated himself from her doing his work. And
well, I haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh, well, surprise.
You're a dickhead.
It's in the rest of the episode, and the friend that he finds is heartwarming.
Well, yeah, so he's, turns out the Riddler's on the loose and has a riddle that's so funny that it'll make people's head explode. People actually believe he has a riddle that will make their head explode because it's that funny. No other reason.
Yeah, that's it. That's his big plan.
Dan, when was the last time you found a riddle funny?
I try to avoid riddles because I avoid thinking, so just in general, it's my choice.
Well, that says
also, I fucking hate the Riddler. I really do.
I don't like Face tattoo Riddler.
I don't like any Riddler. I just don't like his bit. I really hate Mutton Chop Riddler. Like, if I had the chance to, like, beat the shit out of him with his cane, I would, because fuck Riddler. I just don't. Fuck him. Fucking.
There's an issue of the question where it's kind of just like, oh yeah, Riddler, you're a sad sack.
Yeah. I think the Joker says his superpower is just being annoying, like aggressively annoying, something like that.
Yeah. And the Joker's just real angry about this and how everyone thinks, because for some reason, everyone thinks in this universe thinks the Riddler's funnier than him.
It's the Dean. I am the Dean, and my hands are so clean. And now I am stapling.
God, as long as there's no Dalmatians in that show, I think it'll be okay.
Oh, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. Sorry. If you haven't watched Community, just do it. It's not DC Comics related, but it's just a funny show.
I'm pretty sure Abed is Batman. So
oh yeah. Yep, DC canon.
Yeah. So it's fine. We can endorse it all you want. And Joel McHale, Starman.
Yeah, Starman.
Granted, I got some comments about that, but I don't.
Yeah, we can talk about that at the end. Let's just keep going.
Oh yeah, we didn't do news. We didn't do what's new. Damn, we didn't do what's new in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we can't have any news because I've been trying to kill the superheroes, not read about them.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
It's been a dark time. Let's go.
So, So Harley asks if she can kill the Riddler and can they still have date night, And so she goes to his
He has
Sphinx.
It's like a Sphinx pyramid in the middle of Gotham. And she's like, no wonder people always catch people like us.
Yeah, so and then she gets captured with Batman, and then it's a Batman Forever situation where they're both hung over pools of acid. Well, in this case it's acid. In that case, it was pits to doom and over the water,
like a big pit
with like spikes in the bottom, like just naturally occurring. Like, is it stalagmites or stalactites? I don't remember which one's on the bottom.
Stalagmite.
The stalagmites on the top.
Stalactites. Tights is the bottom. Mites is the top.
That's right.
Also, did you see the quote from Tommy Lee Jones from Batman Forever that just is making the rounds around the internet?
No.
Where he said what's his name? Jim Carrey asked him why he didn't like him. He said that he couldn't sanction his buffoonery. I was like, damn, why are you so... Like, why was he so angry on that set? I mean, I understand why he was angry, but like, damn, that's a really thought out mean thing to say to somebody.
God, what a film. What a film that was. Granted, it's not as bad as Batman and Robin.
Oh man, we should cover that.
Oh no.
It's eyes to meet you.
You're writing it.
I have not seen, I don't think I've seen that movie since I can't tell you the last time I saw that movie.
I just say elementary school.
Yeah, who was like, oh yeah, you know who would be great for Mr. Freeze, a really in-depth character who's really sad about loss? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's just get him in here. Kindergarten Cop, Terminator?
Twins.
Twins.
He got in on Danny DeVito's recommendation.
I hope that's true.
Oh, yeah. Arnold, I can set you up.
The only reason Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze is because Danny DeVito thought it would be funny.
Of course.
All right. Let's talk more about this.
Yeah, they're both hung over the baths of acid. And Harley says that if the Joker finds out he's going to come to save her, the Joker shows up in the middle of the Riddle brain exploding bit. Turns out it was a lie. As Riddler confirms the Joker, and then Joker's like, oh, thank God. And Riddler gives Joker a choice to save Harley or Batman, and Joker just starts laughing in the now my second favorite type of laugh of DC Comics.
What is your second favorite type of laugh?
Joker laughs. My first.
What's your first?
Booster Gold. Because he goes, "Bwah!"
Like Wario?
Yes, he goes, "Bwah." That's how he
So-
starts every laugh.
I mean, both of them have a pretty similar color. Like, they're both pretty yellow. So Booster Gold is Wario.
Basically.
Loves money.
No,
Wants the fame.
he pretends to be Wario, but he's actually Mario.
I don't think Mario's.
And then
I don't think Mario's great.
No. And then everybody, all the other superheroes, like especially fucking Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, treats him like he's Luigi.
Wow. What an in-depth character. You can compare him to so many different Mario characters.
But
So-
he also can take down. If there was a Bowser in the DC universe, I'm guessing it'd be Deathstroke because he doesn't take down Deathstroke at one point.
I mean, doesn't he get beat by Doomsday?
No, that's Big Cat Bowser. That's a different thing.
Right. So he's a rabbit if we're going by the Mario. All right. Did you say that Joker chose Batman because he loves him?
Yeah, but that's not how he frames it. He frames it as he can't have Riddler getting the credit for killing Batman.
It's because she wants to stoop him. So, as Harley falls into the vat of quote-unquote acid, she has a vision of Harleen again, who tells her that the proposal that she talked about earlier wasn't exactly as she remembered it. It was actually him saying, "Till death do us part," as he handed her a grenade. But he was talking to Batman, who was behind her. She realizes that the Joker really loves Batman and not her. She's pulled from the bath.
The man who fucks bats.
She gets pulled from the bath, but it turns out it's actually just margarita mix. Ivy set this all up with the Riddler to thank her for escaping from Arkham. They actually have a back and forth about how hard it was to get all the margarita mix and how she should have just gone to Costco. But it's really not cost effective if she doesn't go to Costco more than once a month. But she wouldn't get there every other month.
No,
it's not
she
worth
goes
for her
once
to
a
sign
year.
up.
Not a month, a year.
Yeah, once. Yeah, so it doesn't even
It
make
would
sense
be
for her to
cost
get one.
effective if she bought once a month.
Yeah, I said not. She doesn't go once a month, so it's not effective. Like, it's just not worth it to have a Costco card at that point.
Let us know via Twitter or Instagram if you have a Costco card.
And can we borrow it? We're gonna dig a hole in the backyard and fill it with margarita mix. Whew, all right, so turns out Ivy set this whole thing up to show Harley that Joker doesn't love her because it's the only way she could actually show it to her is through the extreme. Ivy tells Harley that she loves her in a hard to articulate way. Quote unquote best friends. She says that now she can live for herself because she doesn't need the Joker, and honestly she could do whatever she wanted because she's smart enough and she's good enough to be whatever she wants. Joker sends a singing, he's like a singing telegram goon who explodes as an apology. So they're covered in blood, and she's like, fuck this, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm going to have my own capers, and she's going to kidnap the mayor and get a highway named after her. So she's really just like, fuck him, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you then, what's the best highway you can think of? Best street?
Street?
Yeah. Best name
So
you
there's-
think of.
There's a neighborhood near us.
There is a correct answer.
Well, there's a neighborhood near you, Jake, that every street named is named after a Chronicles of Narnia character. Like, the whole neighborhood is like Aslan Way and all that shit. I always thought that was cool. I don't give a shit about Chronicles of Narnia because I'm not into veiled Jesus allegories, unless it's Superman.
Yeah. God, I want to
best-
watch Man of Steel. I've been thinking about them a lot this week.
Roman Coke is a pretty cool name. I like that road. If I had to rename a road, I'd probably rename the Bay Bridge.
What would you name it?
Bridgie McBridgeface.
All right, that tracks.
Yeah.
The correct answer was Dragon's Run.
Oh, yeah, in Delaware?
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking patrolled by helicopter.
It is.
Fucking bitching.
And then there's that other street where we had the accident.
With the hot dog place where they don't wear gloves.
But they don't wear gloves there.
Yeah, that's a very specific thing. On the window.
Wait, it says that?
Yeah, in the window, there's a sign that says, we have a quote unquote, high enough ranking, like, whatever hygiene it is that they don't need to wear gloves, which is, honestly, no, that's not how germs work, but fuck it, whatever, it's a hot dog. If you're going to get hot dogs, you're not looking for, like... I don't know. I'm kind of into hot dogs recently. I'll be honest with you. I never really liked hot dogs, but my one coworker, Vicky, and I go to this place called Reading Terminal in Philadelphia, and we get hot dogs every so often. They're pretty good.
You share an Instagram with her, don't you?
Yeah, 2 bitches in the city. We don't really use it anymore, but the lead singer of the
Instagrams
Bloodhound,
you have now?
the lead singer of the Bloodhound Gang followed us, and he was messaging us. So. Just dance stuff. All right, let's get back to Harley Quinn.
So Harley Quinn shows up to Amusement Mile without her old costume. Well, she's carrying her old costume, but she's in a brand new look. And she says that she knows the truth now. She officially breaks it off with the Joker, and he gets real angry again. Because that's really what he is, an angry boy.
Like, very angry. Like, breaking her down. Yeah.
Just
bad.
Angry hamster. That's what he is. You know, hamsters are dangerous. That was so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've said today. He says he created her and that she isn't leaving alive unless he lets her. And Joker gets his goons to attack her in a big fight where Harley actually starts to lose. And then Joker says to say the word and he will call it off. She retorts with "till death do us part" and starts kicking ass. And then she grabs a box of Joker bombs, and also her hammer gets destroyed, and she gets the bat.
Yeah, the bat's awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of better than the mallet.
Yeah, I want to talk about that all later, too.
So, Joker is cowering under a table as his lair is destroyed. Well, he kind of dives under it. Not really cowering. Does it to save his life.
No, when she goes up to him, he's cowering under it. But he dives under there as the thing is crumbling.
Oh, yeah. So, she says he's left alive so he can see her overtake him and run the town, and so she can see his face as she does this.
Yeah,
there's a better way I could said that, but
that's fine.
I said it the way I said it.
So Harley Quinn has reclaimed her independence and has her own trajectory she ends up getting her own gang. Hijinks ensue. There's cyborgmen. It's a great show. Very, very heavily influenced by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti's Run. We didn't cover that just because it's not a super easy place to get in, and this gives you everything in one place to start to read about Harley Quinn.
Yeah, this is a big bite.
Yeah. So, Jake, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, the Calendar Man.
Why don't you tell us what happens in that scene?
Okay, so Calendar Man is being visited by his wife and child. And turns out it's his son's birthday. He forgot. He can remember to the day when Harley Quinn got into Arkham Asylum, but he cannot remember his son's birthday. And so his son has brought him a present. He brings him a cactus, and then the guards are like, no. They take the cactus, they throw it on the ground, they destroy it. So because it was too close to
They set it on fire.
They do. They have a
slap it out of
flamethrower.
his hands.
Yeah, and then hold on, I have to pull it up. the quote of what they say to the kid. Hold on. Hold on.
I have it. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yes.
No wonder your dad didn't remember your birthday.
Yeah, that's my favorite quote of the episode. They just berate the kid before they say that too. So it's like adding insult to injury.
So the best moment for me is the final fight where she gets her new costume. The mallet gets blown up and she gets the bat, which is now her like big weapon. I think she bats one of the bombs up and like light twinkles in onto her. And it's kind of like, yeah, you have a brighter future now that you got this fucking scumbag out of your life. Like you're so much better than this. And she finally realizes it. It's a really cool moment because they'll talk about it later, about redefining your origin. And I think it's a really cool concept, especially that this character has really been redefined and hasn't gone back. Like there's been no reversion of her progression, which usually you do get in comics. I was talking to Jake about it earlier. I think it's really important that this character has grown out of an abusive relationship into her own independent thing. And it's just a really good comic and a really good character to follow. But my favorite quote, let's take away from the depth that I was just having. Oh, boo-hoo. I spent 10 years in a dog park. Talk to me after St. Bernard shits on your face. And that's from The Plant. So if you're looking to get into Harley Quinn, the show is a great place to go. But for 2 runs that I really suggest, if you haven't already picked it up, Connor and Palmiotti's run of Harley Quinn, and then Sam Humphries, I hear is very good. I haven't gotten to read it yet. And then Harleen. Harleen is under the Black Label. It's a retelling of her origin. It's pretty graphic, but it's very, very, very well done. It's beautiful. Very good Batman work. And I can't. Seption Tabak. I had to look it up how to pronounce it, and I still get it wrong, but I'm sorry. If I get it wrong, you are more than welcome to come on the show.
Yep. Please do come on the show and correct us. You could even yell at us.
Yeah, he is incredible. He does such good work. So, if you haven't figured it out, Jake, what are you reading in your life right now?
Booster Gold.
Yes.
I can say it. I'm a time master now.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of the New 52 Animal Man just because I've had to fight him and I have to like kind of understand how to beat him, which I guess is just bullets. Like he doesn't have like a super easy weakness like the Red, and I'm not trying to fuck with like forces beyond my measure, so I just kind of left it alone. But we will be back in 2 weeks where we will be covering the Birds of Prey. We also will have an interview maybe between now and then. But you can catch us the same bat time, same bat channel. Find us on Twitter at DC Supersons, and find us on Patreon at Supersons. Leave us a review. Let us know how we are. Give us feedback if you listen, because it really does help, so we can improve on what we're doing. Thanks for listening. See you soon. Bye.